We're in our 50th state of Iowa, and tomorrow morning we're kicking off our most challenging adventure yet. We're gonna be biking 500 miles across the state of Iowa. We're here for an event called RAGBRAI, which stands for the Register's Annual Great Bicycle Ride Across Iowa. It started in 1973 and is the oldest, largest, and longest multi-day bicycle touring event in the world. In its first year, it had 114 riders cycle the entire ride, and now thousands of people ride it every year. And what makes this year extra special is that it's RAGBRAI's 50th anniversary, and since it's our 50th state, we just thought it was perfect to be here. Even though logistically it was pretty complex to get here, over the past couple days we boarded our pup Kona and parked our van in Atlantic, Canada, where we're spending the summer and fall, flew to Chicago, rented a truck and drove to Iowa, picked up our bike rentals and drove across the state to the starting point of Sioux City, Iowa. And over the next 7 days, we're gonna be riding 500 miles from here in Sioux City to Davenport, going through some large cities like Des Moines and smaller towns along the way. We have a feeling it's gonna be full of highs and some lows.
Today is really testing my mental strength.
But if we can make it, it is gonna be one of the most rewarding things we have ever done. But before we get started, let's meet the team.
She's a good cook and loves to get lost in a good book. It's Jen. He's a lover of good pillowy treats. And if you give him a fly rod, he might catch something to eat. It's Adam. She can bust a move and spit a rhyme, and she can take down 5 tacos in record time. It's Kathryn. And last but not least, he's one with the banana and is riding straight from Atlanta. It's Elliot. And together, they are Jake, not from State Farm.
1, 2, 3, Jake!
So apparently if it's your first time doing RAGBRAI, you gotta write virgin on the back of your leg.
Awesome.
Looking good.
If Sharpies leave tan lines, I'm gonna have lots of weird looks the rest of the summer. Like a virgin, riding RAGBRAI for the very first time.
Like a virgin.
We're not only RAGBRAI virgins, but this is also our first time ever wearing bike shorts, baby. Got all that cushion. Feels nice.
It's also our first time using chamois butter. If you don't know what this is, it's anti-chafe cream, and it just goes all down in your nether regions. That's moist.
And yesterday was also my first time ever riding a road bike, so it is a day of firsts. Here we go!
We have officially started. I'm so excited, like a kid on Christmas morning.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous for this. We are super active. We love to work out, hike, do things that challenge our bodies, but we are not cyclists. Most we've ever cycled is 58 miles, and we're doing more than that today. Just the first day, and then we'll have 6 more to go. But we're a mile in, going up a slight hill. It's going well so far.
The first few miles of the ride are going through Sioux City, and it feels like we're getting a hero's send-off. Everyone's on the street corners and the sidewalks, just wishing us a happy ride and a good day. Yeah!
This is a long hill. Oh my gosh. It just keeps going and going.
I have to say, Kathryn is crushing this first big hill out of town. Way to go. Going down the first big hill. Oh man, you get so much speed, man. This is what it's all about.
This is fun.
All right, first issue. We're not even out of Sioux City yet, and I think I've got a flat tire, low pressure in the back tire. So we're gonna go try to pump it up real quick. Nice and flat. root is out. All right, we took the tire off, checked the tube, make sure if any leaks were there.
Bernie, I like your
Couldn't
bag.
really find anything. Then we put it back in, put the tire back on, let it all chain back up, and just kind of pump it back up and see how it goes. Sure is nice to have knowledgeable friends. I'd have been up a creek on that one. All right, hopefully this tire holds up. I'm so thankful for Elliot. Learned a new skill there, so that's cool.
We're reunited. You the real MVP.
Yeah.
Getting on the bike is my least favorite part. I'm so not good at it. Ah! Ah! Every time we gain some momentum, there's a train that stops us or just a ton of people and we have to stop and walk. So we're gonna walk across Iowa instead, we've decided. The traffic of bikes is as far as the eye can see right now. This is crazy. After a little traffic jam, we are back on the road.
We got a big hill coming.
How you doing, Jen?
Thriving, absolutely thriving.
You're crushing it, Jen. It is just hills as far as the eye can see. Just up and down and up and down and up and down. All right, first cornfield pee break.
And we never saw her again.
I'm a corn woman now. I have corn in my pants now. There are little flakes of something in there.
How was it?
It was wonderful. It was very secluded and yeah.
You got some.
Yeah, that's what's in my pants. All of this.
After about 26 miles of riding and sometimes walking, we made it to our first official town along RAGBRAI, Kingsley. How are we feeling?
My bottom is tingling.
Along the route, there are different towns that will set up water stations, restrooms, activities or entertainment, and food to buy to keep you fueled for the ride.
Yeah!
All right, we saw our first corn stand and you can't say no to that. Look at these beauties. They take the whole cob here, dip it in a bucket, a crock pot of butter.
Mmm. So juicy. Mmm. Those kernels just pop in your mouth. That is so good.
That's some good corn. Oh yeah. Thank you.
For our first true meal on RAGBRAI, we're having Mr. Porkchop, which is an iconic food item here dating back to 1979. It is this juicy, thick cut pork chop that they just cook over fire. I'm so freaking excited. And we're eating it in someone's front yard, which I think is just the perfect example of what RAGBRAI is. Mmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That is so good. So juicy.
Oh dude, that is really good. That's your pork chop, you know what you're doing.
I also just love that you just eat it with your hands. It's awesome. Yesterday during our new rider meeting, they told us that the town of Kimby had more pie than people and that we had to stop here to get some pie. So we got some strawberry rhubarb pie.
That crust is so buttery.
That is the pick-me-up I needed to hopefully get me the next 25 miles. It is just perfectly tangy and sweet. Something else that's good to know about RAGBRAI is that cash is king. These towns get really overwhelmed by the influx of people, so self-service really doesn't work. So don't plan to have much self-service and make sure you carry cash. We heard that 50 to 60 per person per day is usually enough, which kind of seems like a lot. So we brought $700 in cash total, but we're hoping that we do not spend all of it. We freaking made it to Storm Lake. Oh my gosh, my longest bike ride ever.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god, we did it. I don't know how they
4.9.
Good job, Boo.
We did it. 1 day down, 6 to go. So the main way to sleep during RAGBRAI is camping, and you might be wondering, how do you get all of your camping gear here? And if you're using a charter, they'll bring it for you, but any RAGBRAI registered rider can actually put it on a semi-truck and they'll bring it to the camping area at the end of the day. But we actually have a very important 5th team member, Connie, Elliot's mom, who is transporting our stuff for us, and she secured us a campsite right on the water.
All right, it's free shower time, AKA the lake.
I actually had like salt crystals forming on me today. That's how dirty I was. I just need to like do my hair, but
Boom, go.
it's not even that cold. All right, all clean.
What a day one. Oh my gosh.
I knew RAGBRAI was going to be hard. That's why I was very nervous about it. I wouldn't say it was harder than I thought it would be, but I was kind of hoping it'd be easier than I thought it would be, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the hardest thing for me about it, besides the heat, was just feeling rushed. Like part of the experience of doing RAGBRAI is to stop at a bunch of fun stops and get food and rest and hang out, but we just had to keep going. We were going too slow. We had all these issues at the beginning with the flat tire, and then also with just tons of bike traffic. We basically walked.
It was super busy everywhere we went. It was crazy.
It did
just
get
herds
better.
of bikes.
It got better throughout the day, but like all the lines at every food place were so long, so it just makes you feel like you can't actually stop and do anything. So that part was a little hard, but hopefully tomorrow will be better. We'll maybe plan our day out a little bit better.
Yeah, but how I felt throughout the day, the first half of the day, I felt really good. Like my body felt good, like my endurance and energy and all that. Then like the heat set in the second half of the day, and like I was hoping that the second half of the route was gonna be more flat, but there was just like all kinds of up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elevation today.
Yeah, and tomorrow's gonna be a really long,
Really
even
long
longer day, I
yeah.
think. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm proud of us though, because we are not cyclists.
No.
I'm not 100% comfortable on a bike. So this event is just very out of my comfort zone. So I'm very proud of myself for biking 70 plus miles today. That's more than we've ever biked before.
She won't say it and she doesn't think so, but she rocked it. She did.
Well, I often
a
was
really
the
good
last
job.
one in the group, and everyone
I was
had to
often
wait
the
for
last
me.
one too. Like we kind of just
We
rotate
were
out.
the last ones. Jen and Elliot crushed it, especially Jen, because Jen did not think she would crush it, and she crushed
She would
it.
blaze by us.
Yeah, she was just like
several times.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the night, now that we're showered in the questionably clean Storm Lake,
Yeah.
I feel better though.
Yeah.
We're gonna go head to the food trucks and get some dinner because we did not eat enough tonight.
That's another thing we're gonna try to focus better on throughout the week.
Just getting a lot of calories, like that we did not eat enough food today. And then we're gonna go rock out at a concert. This band called the
Spasmatics.
We've both seen them in Austin. Their cover band are playing tonight, so should be really fun. It is day 2 of RAGBRAI, and despite what we said yesterday, we actually have less miles and less elevation gain today, which I'm pretty excited about. How are you feeling, Elliot?
Thriving. At like 4:55 this morning, everything was very stiff and hurt, but a couple hours later, I think I'm ready to hop on the bike.
I think just like Elliot, I was pretty stiff getting up. Now that I've moved around a little bit, got the tent put away, got everything ready to go, I think I'm ready to hop back on. Knees are a little sore, but we're gonna push through it, and we're gonna conquer day 2.
Considering yesterday was the longest I've ever rode a bike, I actually feel pretty solid today. What's interesting is I expected my knees to hurt because that's kind of an issue I've had, but my knees feel great. It's places I didn't expect, like my wrists hurt, right here hurts. It's just like weird pains from just being like, not really, more like all day long.
I think getting on the bike today should be specifically the seat, should be a very memorable experience. It'll be lasting, imprinted into my brain.
And into your butt.
And into my butt. So we'll see how it goes.
When you think of Iowa, you may think of corn. And the start of day 2 took us past what felt like endless cornfields. The state of Iowa grows more corn than any state and more than most countries. In 2020, Iowa corn farmers grew 2.3 billion bushels of corn, with 99% of it being field corn, which is used to make feed, fuel, and thousands of other products. So obviously, it only made sense to take advantage of as much corn as we could during RAGBRAI.
We made it! Halfway done for the day, and now we eat.
We are in Lakeview, Iowa, and we stopped off at this Latin American food truck, and we got a couple arepas. Delicious. And then this is a Peruvian poncho. Look at the size of this thing. All right, the Peruvian poncho has a giant bratwurst under there, shoestring potatoes, grilled cheese here, look like cheese curds, and then a jalapeno crema on there, all on a massive hoagie bun. Woohoo! I don't even know how I'm gonna attack this. This is gonna be an adventure. Oh my gosh. I can't even like fold it up. Oh man, this is gonna be a messy one. Oh buddy.
I live in Illinois, there's a stretch of highway where the whole fence is covered in sand.
Oh yeah, it's good.
We also got a pina colada smoothie because it is definitely starting to get hot out, and this thing is so good. Now it's more like juice. It's just completely melted, but it's still so good.
It's delicious.
We got Thelma's ice cream sandwich right here. Chocolate chip peanut butter.
Yeah? You're sharing that with me, right? Oh,
It's bomb. No line,
Oh.
$5. Straight from Des Moines.
oh yeah. My cookie's like gooey.
It has been so fun stopping in all these little towns along the way. They've all been very nice, and all the locals are super friendly, and it's just been really fun to be able to experience a different side of Iowa that we probably never would have experienced. So a huge thank you to all these communities for welcoming us.
Oh my gosh, this is tough. Oh wow, this is a long hill. We are capable. We got this. Yes. That hill was freaking hard. Holy cow. That may have been the toughest hill so far. I was barely moving.
Welcome to Breda, the place to be to. That was a tough stretch.
This is just a quick stop for us to get some water, but then I found pickle pops, which I've been wanting to try, and we saw a slip and slide, so we're gonna go do it. Tastes like pickles. I love pickles. feel. Here we go!
Oh, extra slippery!
Well, the stop was supposed to just be for water, but we did water. The pickle pop, slip and slide, and then we found Beekman's ice cream, which we hear is a must along RAGBRAI. And it's this homemade ice cream that's made in these crazy contraptions. I'm not even sure how to describe it, but it was like churning it. It was super cool. And we got peach and vanilla and root beer float, and it is delicious.
Super creamy ice cream. So refreshing.
That was an amazing stop, and now we have around 13 miles until our home for the night. We made it!
Another day!
Woo!
Good job. Good
Good job, Elliot.
Good job. I'm impressed.
Best all around.
We knew RAGBRAI would have highs and lows, and yesterday had a handful of lows. It was a very tough day, but today was basically all just one high. It was so much fun, minus that one very long hill. Connie had snagged us a campsite right by a rec center, so the rest of the day was spent escaping the heat at the pool, which was much needed. And tonight we're having a sleepover in Connie's castle!
Yeah.
Woo! Slumber party!
Only fit for the kings and queens of RAGBRAI.
Today is going to be our longest day yet at 83 miles, and we do have the option later today to add a few extra miles to make it a century, a full 100 miles. That option isn't until later in the day, so we have some time to think about that. But we're up early this morning with a beautiful sunrise because we're gonna need all the time we can get just to finish these 83 miles.
To get out quicker this morning, we decided to not have coffee until we got to the first town of Glidden, so that was my first stop. I had to get some coffee, and I went to a place called Coffee and Nosh, and I also got this delicious looking steak bowl.
And for my breakfast, I went to Chris Cakes, which is an iconic RAGBRAI breakfast spot. You get unlimited pancakes and sausage for 10 bucks. They make the pancakes on this super cool contraption, and then when you go up for seconds, they throw them to you. You gotta catch them on your plate.
All right, my friend, here we go.
Hey! That's awesome. And they are super solid pancakes.
In typical RAGBRAI fashion, we always have the intention to just keep going and not stop for a while, but then you see a sign for goat selfies. And you gotta get a selfie with a goat. Hi. This is the best ever. This is so freaking cute.
So warm, soft.
That's so cute. I love it. That was probably the best stop of RAGBRAI so far. Oh, I wanted to take it with me. Can we put a trailer on the bike?
Oh,
Take one of the kids. Take one of the kids. After achieving one of our RAGBRAI bucket list items of seeing baby farm animals, we still had lots of miles to make, so we hit the road and kept on pedaling. But things started to get a bit tough for us.
These miles are really starting to catch up to us today. Got a strong headwind, it's warm.
So we made frequent stops in the various towns to get lots of water, electrolytes, cold treats and food, quick naps, entertainment, and see more goats. I'm dragging a bit and I'm not making it very far before I have to stop for some water, but very conveniently, the spot that we stopped at has more goats. So enjoy a cute little goat montage.
We're about to come up to the turnoff for the Century Loop, and we have decided not to do that. We've been struggling and pushing all day long. I don't think a few extra miles is gonna be in the cards today. We're gonna save whatever energy we have left for just finishing RAGBRAI safely, because that'll be quite an accomplishment in itself.
We are about to go down a crazy hill, the biggest of the day.
Oh, baby.
I'm riding my brakes because I'm kind of nervous.
Keep it going, till the wheels fall off. Give it everything you got.
That was a blast going down that hill. Now the hard part, going back up it.
This is hard. We said we wanted a challenge, and we're getting it. Come on, legs. We got this. I can do it. This is a very long hill. Oh, man.
Right, we are approaching Ames, which is the end point of day 3, and also home to Iowa State. And one thing that is super cool and something I've been looking forward to all day long is that we're gonna ride through the campus and through the football stadium. Go Cyclones! Cool, check it out.
We get to ride a bike into a football stadium. How cool is that? The stadium has a dang hill. I rode all day just to see you. Get out of here. It's me inside time. So this is where we are right now, and right there is where we started. We have gone from there all the way to here on a bike using our own legs. That is just crazy. That's so crazy. And that is where we're ending. We are just a little bit under halfway there.
We've been having these instant Vietnamese coffees that we found at Costco. It's by Copper Cow Coffee. It's a pour over, and then you dump in the milk and sugar creamer here, mix it all up. They are super good, and as you can tell, I need lots of them every morning.
We all kind of look like we've been punched in the face this morning. The first thing Jen said to me was, "Wow, you look rough."
We are strong.
We are strong.
We are capable.
We are capable.
We got this.
We got this. Day 4, baby, let's go! Today is the shortest day of RAGBRAI. We are riding 50 miles to Des Moines, which is the largest city in Iowa, and also the state capital, and it is predicted to be a record-breaking day. They are estimating upwards of 100,000 riders, with a bunch of locals hopping in for just this stretch of the ride. And originally, they were going for a Guinness World Record today, but apparently the record they were going for is no longer recognized, but we're gonna still count the record in our hearts. We are gonna be record holders today. All right, the update that no one asked for, but you're all probably secretly wondering, how are our butts doing? And honestly, my butt doesn't hurt that bad. There's definitely some pain there, but I thought it would be a lot worse. What's really getting me is a different area down there, if you know what I mean. I didn't realize that would hurt so much, but we're making it work. We're making it work. You kind of just get used to it. Sometimes it gets numb.
My butt is pretty sore, but the good thing is it's not any worse than what it was at the end of the first day. And it's a manageable pain. You kind of forget about it throughout the day. And the worst is when you get on the bike for the first time at the beginning of the day. Whew, that is a shock to the system. Oh.
One thing I love about RAGBRAI is that it's basically a big fundraiser for all of these small towns in Iowa. As you stop in them, make sure to support local businesses. We're in Slater right now, and they were doing a fundraiser to build a new library and community center. They're selling stickers, so we got 2 of them, and it says, "Biking is greater in Slater." And I love me a rhyme, so I had to get 1 or 2. Thank you, Slater! So a fear today was that it was just going to be like insane traffic and just too many bikes to be enjoyable. And I think it is busier. It definitely feels busier, but it's not wall to wall. In the towns it is, but one thing I have noticed is that, I don't know, the etiquette doesn't seem as good today. A lot of people are creating like a wall where they take up a whole lane and no one can pass. So that's been a little tricky, but overall not too bad so far.
Let's go!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, this is gonna be a super soaker right here.
Woo!
Oh, we're going.
We made it to the town that we're gonna have lunch in, but before we eat, we're getting in this.
Woo, yeah. Oh, that's enticing. Yeah.
Oh, that feels great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. 1, 2, 3. There's a
Thank you to the Polk City firefighters.
We came to a local spot called Rising Sun Cafe. I got a burger, Kathryn got a Cuban sandwich. Baby. That's a good burger right there.
We are just loving this town. It's one of my favorite towns along the ride so far. It's just super cute. It has this really nice square and just the vibe is amazing. There's a band playing, as you can probably hear, because they are very bumping. One of the first things I noticed when we entered town was a super cute place called the Creamery, and I was hoping that they had ice cream, and they do. Not only that, they have puppy chow ice cream. Oh, looks so good. Oh my gosh, that's delicious.
I got the Cookie Monster. Oh yeah, that is effing good. The Cookie Monster.
Thank you. Jen is feeling it.
We We see the big buildings of Des Moines. It's pretty cool. We're never able to see any buildings coming up to towns, but we can see these because they are huge.
We made it to Des Moines!
That's one of the prettiest capitals we've seen.
After being in small towns for the last few days, it is so crazy to see large buildings and be in a big city and see the capital. This is just so surreal.
We can't resist any cold water today, so before we get to camp, we're going for the polar plunge.
The quicker that you...
It's so good.
We made it! Yes! During RAGBRAI, we've camped in a variety of different areas. We've camped in parks, we camped in a rec center parking lot, and last night we got to camp just outside of the Iowa State football stadium, which was so cool. And tonight we're camping at this giant park called Waterworks Park here in Des Moines, and we have a very big night ahead of us. And first up,
we get to take a real shower. Check out my forehead. It is dripping.
Glistening,
dripping down my moobs.
You do have to pay for showers at RAGBRAI, so to avoid that, we've been taking lots of free showers. We've showered in a lake, we showered at a pool, we showered at a water hose, I've showered in the sink, but it feels like 103 degrees out today, and like we said, we're all just completely dripping in sweat, so I think we're gonna splurge on a shower. It's $8 per person, and I think it's going to be 100% worth it. I'd say I feel like a new woman, but wearing the exact same clothes I had on earlier because I have 0 clean clothes left, and I'm pretty sure I just got sweaty again, making the walk back from the showers. But it did feel nice. It was nice and cold.
But showering is not the only adventure we're having tonight. There is a huge party here, tons of food, and we're gonna rock out to Leonard Skinnerd.
Riding on a tractor with 50 of our best friends, closest friends. Hold on tight. And the woman who's driving the tractor said, if you can find room, there's room for you. You can get on. So we found room.
RAGBRAI is all about experiences, and that was definitely an experience that we did not expect to have.
So nervous for today. Oh
man. Today and tomorrow are going to be the hardest days of RAGBRAI. Today is anywhere between 82 to 90 miles, depending on where you read, with about 3,600 feet of elevation. And to top it all off, the heat index is going to be 106. So our goal today is to hydrate often, make quick and efficient stops, and get to the end safely.
One of the coolest things about this experience for us is getting to meet a lot of you along the way. We've gotten to meet so many incredible people, and we just came across some subscribers that had a sign for us and for Jen and Elliot, and I've never had a sign made for me before, and that just completely made my day, gave me the energy to tackle this extremely hard day, because I am struggling. I'm already struggling, and we're not that far into it.
been tough this morning. Very steep hills coming out of town.
I think my legs have just reached their breaking point. Oh my gosh. Everything is just extra hard today. Oh, we got this, we got this.
It's very humid, warm already. Still only 7 o'clock. It's already pretty warm and humid. Absolutely soaked already.
These legs have taken me over 250 miles and I can finish this. I just really want a nap.
I got all of yesterday left.
Oh my god. This is a joke. It's gotta be a joke. Is it a nightmare or a joke? I'm hoping it's a joke.
I forgot that today has a 3-mile stretch of gravel. There's a bridge out, so they're routing around it. It's all gravel. We have road bikes, not equipped for gravel. So we're just gonna take our time.
I am not a fan of the gravel. I've kind of skidded a few times already. Ooh. Okay, again, take it slow, take it slow.
I know Kathryn doesn't like it. Some sections are not smooth and sandy and rocky and very bumpy and washboarded. And there was a hill.
The vibration of this is making my hands and fingers turn completely numb. Oh my gosh, I survived the gravel. We are back on pavement. That was absolutely terrifying for me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That was pretty rough.
That was so scary. They made it seem like it was gonna be like really smooth, and I don't think it was really smooth.
No.
I need to like decompress. That was so stressful. I was having like a panic attack. I just kept talking the whole time, going like, bad word, bad word, bad word.
That was not fun.
What'd you think?
That was literally the worst, like nightmarish.
Jen, I was cursing the entire time.
Like I walked up some of that. That was so scary. We did it.
We did it.
No more gravel for us to ride.
Or ever again.
Ever again. No, no.
All right, Colfax, you win for the steepest hill so far. Holy heck. I heard rumors of this hill earlier, yeah.
Steepest hill I've ever climbed in my life.
Yeah. Oh, made it out alive. While we may have conquered quite possibly the worst hill of RAGBRAI, the hills were far from over.
Today is really testing my mental strength. It's the day of hills and slight mental breakdowns.
But after what felt like endless climbs, it was time for one of the best parts of the day.
We have made it to the 4th town, which is the meeting town. We have met up with Connie, Elliot's mom. I've never been so happy to see her. Here to go. Bah. This is our first time feeling AC in days, and it feels so good, so good.
If I could do it with my toes, I'd have 3 going like this.
There's all kinds of different campsites, you know.
Tastes even better sitting in the AC.
This sandwich is heaven in a bite. I'm so happy right now.
Also, got a scotcheroo, which is one of my favorite desserts. Already took a bite, so I know how good it is.
All right, we are back on the road, and my goal for the rest of the day is to just make it. We're gonna stop a lot.
And that is exactly what we did. The rest of the day was a grind, but we stopped often to rest and get lots of water and electrolytes. And we managed to have a little bit of fun too.
And it's a ticket talking
We made it to our final town of the day, but don't get it wrong, we still have 25 miles left. But we did find my favorite guy on the route, the guy with the cold plunge tubs, and we're getting in. Yeah, last night. You're my favorite guy on the route. I don't know if we can all fit.
Let's do it, Adam.
Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh, it feels so good.
Jen, you gotta get down. You gotta stand.
Oh no!
This is our first foursome. Oh my lord! They said it wasn't possible.
And they said it wasn't possible.
Jen, sit down lower.
Jelly Willy!
Bring up our heads on 3, okay? 3, 2, 1, go, okay? 3, 2, 1. All right. I think we're stuck.
Well, hey, will you just pull us to the next town?
Yeah. Does this thing have wheels?
This is the best thing.
Oh, that was amazing.
I gotta say, I am so proud of Kathryn. Today is really difficult. This week is really difficult. To go from basically no cycling experience on a rented bike, going for 7 days in a row of hard cycling. We've done difficult hikes that are as hard as these days, but not 7 days in a row like this. And she's crushing it. It's hard, it's difficult, it's hot, lots of elevation, lots of miles. And she's just taking it all in stride.
Oh my gosh. We made it. Only a bajillion hours later. Technically after the route closed. And we started before sunrise. Oh my gosh. That was quite possibly the most physically and mentally challenging day of my entire life. And we have to basically do it again tomorrow. I'm so tired.
Oh, baby.
Oh my gosh. Connie, you're the GOAT. Truly the GOAT.
Cannot stop
the best
saying
ever.
it.
The best ever. We would be lost without Connie. We would be dead. We'd be dead without Connie. It is day 6 of RAGBRAI. I cannot believe that I have been on this bike for 6 days now, and today is very similar to yesterday. It is about 80 miles. There's a good amount of elevation, but thankfully it is less than yesterday, and it is super hot. And as you can probably tell, the sun is fully out today, so it feels even hotter. And our goal today is just to have mental fortitude to get through the day. We're all still really tired from yesterday, so it just feels extra hard today. We're stopping a ton for water. We're actually halfway through the day already. We're about 40 miles in and we're stopping for lunch. And to be honest, we don't really plan to make any fun stops today. Our goal is just to get to camp as early as possible so we can relax. So we'll see you when we get there. I've never been so happy to see you.
Look at you guys! It's a journey. But you guys did it! Yeah, today. I'm glad it's done.
Today was a day. It was a day. There's a reason we didn't film today, and it's because we knew it would be kind of a repeat of yesterday, and all I basically did was complain, so we were trying to save you guys from that, and we just wanted to focus on getting here. Holy cow. It was a day.
The morning was pretty good.
Yeah, the morning was actually pretty great. I was in really good spirits.
Again, another nice sunrise, pretty smooth ride. Started out with hills pretty quickly, but then once that sun came in and just kept going, the temperature kept climbing and climbing and climbing, and it was just so hot and so muggy, and it pushed us to our limits and way beyond.
It felt like we were riding in an oven with a hairdryer blowing on us.
That's the perfect expression right there.
Some lady said the heat index was 112. I don't know if that's true, but I am
It had to be close.
Dripping. I have ice I put ice down my shirt to cool me off right now because I am just dripping. No amount of water, no amount of element.
No amount of like water we could splash on ourselves.
Like electrolytes.
Like, this is my cooling rag I had. Like nothing would like quench your thirst or like cool you down.
Yeah, we got here way later than we hoped, but towards the end,
yeah, we got
just had
here
to take a lot of breaks to drink.
6:30. We started at like 5:45.
But yeah, it was
like
a tough
13
day.
hours.
It was a tough day, but I'm proud of us for making it through.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of us for listening to our bodies when we needed to, because we easily could have passed out. Like, no one should be outside doing what we're doing in this temperature. It's dangerous. But we just listened to our bodies, stopped often.
We stopped a lot.
Didn't worry about what time we got here. Just wanted to get here safe.
Yeah.
But man,
we did it.
I'm really glad it's over.
Yeah, I am so glad. So glad to get off that bike.
Yeah.
Today.
Tomorrow is going to be a very, very exciting day.
Severe weather shelters in any building.
We were trying to get our sleeping area set up for the night and kind of get all of our stuff organized, and a siren started going off. There's a thunderstorm coming, and apparently if we hear this, we have to go take cover and shelter inside a building. What a strange day.
And for shelter, guys, 70-mile-an-hour wind.
Windy out there. The wind was dead quiet, and then all of a sudden it was a very, very strong wind. The trees were going crazy, the tents were flipping and flopping, and it got intense real fast.
So thank you so much for your patience. We expect to get the all clear weather-wise in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Thank
you. 2 hours later, we get to go back to camp and check out what it's like.
So far, some tents look totally fine, and some are not looking so hot. The castle has seen better days, but it's still standing.
Pretty dry, I think.
Your bed's nice and dry, Mom.
Overall, we fared okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Wowzers.
I mean, it looks like a tornado went through. That's because that's how we threw it all in.
This is a little sopping wet.
All right, tomorrow's a very, very, very big day. So now that we've dried our tent out a little bit, we should probably get some sleep.
One more ride. Last day of RAGBRAI, day 7.
I cannot believe that we are at the end of this. At the end of day 1, I honestly was not sure if both of us would make it to the end, but I am just so proud of us, and it is going to be the best feeling ever to get to the Mississippi River.
The day was full of focus on the goal that we were so close to achieving. We pedaled through farmland and small towns, and around 40 miles in, we caught our first glimpse of the mighty Mississippi, the body of water that just under 30 miles east would mark the end of this adventure and where we dip our front tire to signify completing the journey.
And as we approached the finish line, it was hard to not reflect on our journey to visit all 50 states. During the last 4 years, we have experienced so much of what makes the U.S. a beautiful country full of diverse scenery. We have visited its deserts and canyons, explored islands, slept with epic mountain views, watched glaciers calve, checked out big cities and small towns, found hidden gems in unexpected places, met amazing people, and now we are riding across an entire state. Growing up, I never had a desire to travel or be outdoors, and if you would have told me 7 years ago that I would be biking across Iowa, or heck, even living in a van, I would have laughed and told you were crazy. It's just amazing what can happen when you push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and we are so grateful for all of the big, small, happy, and tough moments over the years that led us here today. We just saw a sign that we have 10 miles to go. And holy cow, the emotions just hit me like a ton of bricks. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe it. We just rolled up to the Davenport sign. We are in Davenport. I think we just have like a mile and a half until we can dunk our tires in the Mississippi River. Oh my gosh. We did it. Good job. Proud of you. Yeah. RAGBRAI was one of the most challenging and rewarding things that we have ever done. It pushed us beyond our limits at times and showed us that we are capable of more than we ever imagined. There were many moments of doubt, suffering, and exhaustion, but equally as many moments of joy, strength, pride, and belly-aching laughs. And as we sit here 1 month later, editing this video and reliving it all, the tough moments have faded away, and those are the moments that we remember. A massive thank you to everyone that worked hard on the event, and for all of the towns for welcoming thousands of cyclists. And a huge thank you to Connie for being the best support crew. We appreciate everything you did for us along the ride, from finding us campsites, having snacks and cold drinks for us, and just encouraging us along the way. And to our amazing friends Jen and Elliot, thank you for being crazy enough to ride across an entire state with us and supporting us through the highs and lows. We love y'all, and we can't imagine having this experience with anyone else. Proud of us! Tonight we're having a sleepover in Connie's castle. Woo! Why are we the little excited?
We're being forced to do this.
No, you're not. You were the one that wanted
They
to
won't
really.
let us go.
But you were the one that wanted to minimize all activities in the morning.
No, I didn't know that we were supposed to.
I wanted to be in bed 2 hours ago.
So since our team name is Jake, not from State Farm, whenever we're trying to see if everyone's assembled, we go, Jake! And then everyone else yells, khakis! What are you wearing, Jake? Jake from State Farm.
We needed a little end of the ride pickle me up. I picked up this burger a couple towns ago just because, you know, I was thinking of my future self. Thank you, Past Adam.
Stay nice and hot in his bag.
Yep. What can I do for you?
Throw my bike in the river. I'm done with it.
I love the smell of manure in the morning.
And then we're gonna do the Parent Trap
what's
shape
this?
or whatever. Yeah, and like yeah, and then we yeah, and then yeah. Okay. All right, ready?
Look at that booty. Look at those legs. Oh, Kathryn.
Got extra junk in the trunk today, baby.
Oh, yeah.